and start recording. Good morning. Welcome to the SHAC Shack. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. And that we are. Come on in. Good to have your company. It's been a while, hasn't it? Because I took Monday off to go and see Dee. That was a lovely day. Nice. New cream. Come on in. It's a bit overcast today, but there we are. It's nice in here. And we're on the butterflies. Yes, the butterflies. Have you got your cup of tea? How are you? You okay? You all right? Oh no, you're not alone. One day at a time. That's how we're going to do this thing. Have you had your vaccine yet? Moving in the right direction, aren't we? We're moving in the right direction. And in the meantime, we're getting really good at art, aren't we? 187 hours we've been doodling together and colouring in. That's a lot of colouring in and doodling, eh? Can you see behind me? I put loads of all the lovely birthday cards. It was my birthday on the weekend. And so many of you sent in such beautiful cards and presents and flowers. I was very, very, very humbled. And it was very kind of you. Not necessary, but really thoughtful. And you know, I keep all these cards in the spare bedroom underneath the spare bed. I've got boxes, nice boxes, of all the Christmas cards and the wedding cards and last year's 60th birthday cards, all the cards that you make. I keep them in a box. And they will, these ones will also, after a while, they'll go in a box and I'll tissue wrap them and I'll put them under my bed, under the spare bed. And then my thinking on this is that one day, when I'm retired, I can sit quietly and go through them all and enjoy them all over again. So when we say that cards are keepers, these cards are keepers. So thank you very much indeed. Can you see yours in the back? Is it there? I think I managed to squeeze them all in to where you can see them. If not, I'll have another look. But anyway, gratefully received and gratefully will be stored. Thank you. So let's have a look. Anybody there apart from me? All good? Sound good, Paul? Yeah, thank you. Well, here we go. It's very warm in here because I cranked the heating up because it was freezing earlier. Not that you're interested, but there you are. So now I'm having a bit of a personal summer. What? Tea. And then we're going to crack on with our butterflies. Okay? Crack on with our butterflies. I tell you what, I did want to show you this card. This made me curl up. Look, I'll show you. This is going to look rubbish next to your other cards. Sorry. And I thought, who's written this? Right. And this made me laugh even more. Check this out. Auntie Esther. My dad's sister. Isn't that great? I couldn't find an amazing card. This made me laugh my head off because she knows what we do, you see. Isn't that brilliant? It's a bought one. It's not a, look, it's a bought one. It's not even a drawn one. See, I told you, humour runs in the Gray family. So there you go, that's my dad's sister. Thank you very much, Auntie Esther. It's very good of you. Made me laugh. We're wasted, us lot. Spend hours making these cards and then... Right. Do you know what? I'm going to have to turn the heating down a little bit. It's either that or strip off, and I think the heating's the first option. So you enjoy the cards for a minute while I just go and flick the switch on the wall. So I'm taking you... Oh yeah, no wonder it's like a furnace in it. And our heating bill, I can't tell you, it is staggering. No wonder, really. Right, come on then. Let's get going with our butterflies. Paul's in the building with you, so if you are looking for anything, lovely Paul is keeping you company. If you have any questions or you're looking for anything, Paul, if anything's wrong with the volume, then please let me know, and then we'll get started. So just a quick recap where we started and our journey in this particular Doodles session, because where we actually started was with our postcards, didn't we? So we started with our postcards, our Pop-It postcards. This is artwork by Marina Fedotova. And you see you always get a large one and a little one. There are 6 in each set. We picked one of these. There we are. And then we coloured her in with watercolour, didn't we? So these are really cool. These are really lovely, very nice. You know, in card making, if you're not a card maker, we call these toppers. They're postcards, obviously. They're the size of a postcard. But we also call them toppers because what you can do is you can cut them out and then you can mount them on a card and then you can send them to a friend. Oh, hello, what have I dropped? So those are our toppers. And then what we did was we took a stencil, didn't we? Do you remember these stencils? We took these stencils, took one of those, and then we made hearts in the background. And then we used circles as well. The stencils are great. And we started getting really arty and doodling. Do you remember we did with the gold Posca pens, we did that. We've been on this journey for a little while now, haven't we? Less is more, mum, see? So we did all that, didn't we? So we used the stencils to get that going. And then also, oh, I mustn't forget, I said, didn't I? We made flowers, didn't we? And I said, don't lose the circles that we did with the watercolour. We made sort of balloony things, didn't we? And then we made flowers, see? Just by sketching them out, like that. And then we drew on tracing paper, we drew whatever it was we wanted to say on the stalks. See? Happy birthday, Dee. God, I didn't give her a card. Dee, I've got your card here. I did give her some nice pottery, though. In my defence, she was well chuffed. Yeah. I'm rubbish at this. And so now, do you know what? One of these, I have actually got a couple of these on behind me. Check it out. Look. See up here? There's one. I love it. I love it when you run with the ideas. There's so many beautiful ones. Look, and I'm looking over my shoulder. Glorious, aren't they? So much beautiful work. Dream, wish. You see? You can see all the lovely... Yeah. There's something for everyone at Clarity. So there you go. That's what we've been doing. That's our catch up. And so now, what are we on? We decided to do butterflies, didn't we? Right, let's have a look at the next stage. So we were working on butterflies, weren't we? Let me just get we decided to travel a bit gently. Remember? We did the halves of the butterfly shapes. And then we did the veins. This is still a work in progress, this one, but I added another layer of colour to it. Not long ago, about an hour ago actually. But what we're going to do now, because we've got our washes, haven't we? We did the shapes, see, 2 of them. Then we did the washes with our pergaliners. Remember, this is what we're using, isn't it? Those watercolour brushes and the aqua pencils, the A pencils in the pergaliner tin or box. They're good. Unfortunately, what I did do, I put the colours, I'm glad I did that, you know, A9 and A5, otherwise I'd have been struggling now. A9 and A5, they're my base colours for the back colour. And that's all I've used here apart from black. So that's quite cool. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I'm going too fast, is this all right? So I've got all my bits and pieces, I've got my mix mat, I might have to wash that though, it's getting a bit skanky. All right, so there for in a minute. Have you got your, because the last time we got together, which was on Friday I think, we did the markings, didn't we? The patterns. Cool? Good. So we'll change our glasses. we'll make sure that we've got you've got your patterns. See, a lot of this is just so that people can catch up and get their bits and pieces together. So we've got our patterns on one side of the butterfly. We did it with pencil, and now we're going to transfer it, aren't we? So that we've got the veins and the markings ready to add more colour. Easy. It's a process. It's just a step by step. Easy. So we've got the shape, got that. We've got the markings and we've got the wash. And I've got the two shapes. I've got that one and I've left that one open. I'm going to do that one later. Oh yeah, and those yeah, I know what that was for. That was, do you remember when we did with the line for the folding? We used it to transfer so we could get a reflection. Yeah. So that was good, that line down the middle. So let's have a look. Let's do this one first. So of course, if we've got the pattern on one side, then what we need is a pencil, right? Pencil sharpener. Let's just get an HB pencil. Right, that'll do. And let me just check on a bit of copy paper. Have I got... Yeah, not bad. Right, so I can go, maybe, let's see if I've got any on this side as well. Yep. Okay, I'm going this side first. I think this is going to be the easier one for me. So I'm going to take my butterfly and make sure, see, I can see from my dots, see the dot there and the dot there? I can make sure that it's going to sit in the right place when I do my patterns on it. That'll do. If it isn't exact, it's not the end of the world. It's called screen printing. But it would be nice if we could get them in the right place. Now, let's see. Put a bit of masking tape down so it holds it in place. That'll do. Now, the thing is, because I'm a lefty, you know, I'm going to have my paw right on top of that colour. And it will smudge. It does smudge, so I'll do that. That'll do. Use a groove gun. Right, so now what I'm going to do is, just let's see, if I just do this line here, I just want to check I'm in the right place first. Let's just have a look. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Should I come in a bit tighter? Come on then. Move in a bit closer, social distancing and all that. Right, that'll do. Now let's have a look. If you'll see I'm in exactly the right place. Okay, so I'm going to transfer I'll do one wing. Let's do one wing at a time so I know what I've done and what I haven't done. Right, and now what I'm doing is I'm just transferring the veins and the patterns. See if it's working. It's working beautifully. See that? Right. So it's just a little trick. It's if you're not an illustrator or a drawer, then you just need a couple of little tricks and tips, really. I've just worked these things out as I've gone along, really. And it just gives me more... What's going on there then? Let's have a look. Oh, I see. That's that one. So we'll do a bit round here as well. Do those petals. And straight away, we're in the zone and we are relaxed. There we are. Now let's see if that worked. Lovely job. Yeah, that'll do. So I'll take that off. Got that half sorted. But now, of course, I know, of course, that there's all graphite and lead on that side. So when I flick this side over and I'll line up with my little dots again, do you remember? Easy. There you go. Line up with my dots here and here. My registration. Let's call them registration rights, but get the right name for it. I'll do that. Now this time I'm going to add my lines on this side. So once more, I'm just going to check, oh hello, that I'm in the right place. Just with one line in there, that will tell me if I'm in the right place. I'm a little bit out, I can see. Let me just shuffle up a little tiny bit. Let's shuffle up a bit and see if that's better. If I do that, like that, is that going to be in the right place? Still needs to shuffle up a little bit. Barbara, shuffle. So otherwise the whole thing's going to be offset, see? See if that worked. If I go in there like that, see if that's right. Perfect. Perfect. It was funny, last night Dave and I were watching, because this is what you do, right? We were watching a platen press YouTube, like the experts. Dave's trying to learn the ink distribution and what have you. So we were watching this chap who's really good, right? And he was doing a 5-colour windmill press print. And and it's all about registration, right? It's all about, if you're doing 5 colours, it's like screen print. It's like one layer and then the next layer, and it all hinges on little crop marks, which are these little things in the corner of a piece of artwork. You've seen them before. They just look like little little marks like that, and there'll be one in each corner, right? And and so he was saying, well, obviously this is miles out. This is what he said. It's miles out, so I'm going to have to adjust it. And he was like a gnat's cock out. It was so close, right? So a whisper, and he called it miles out. And Dave and I, we both looked at each other and cracked out laughing. And we both thought that would have been good enough for us, you know. And that's why he's the expert and we're just learning, because we would have been pleased if it had just been somewhere in, you know, that it was visible in the same place. Just goes to show the perfectionists, eh? Yeah, so I think we need to be a little bit more exact than we're settling for. There you go, that sits like there, like a dream. And now we're going to go this one. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. It was just comical when he said miles out. I was like, miles out? Are you kidding me? But, you know, if it's commissioned work and it's paid work, I can understand where he's coming from. You know, it needs to be perfect, doesn't it? And that's what the registration marks are for, to get it perfect. So I get it. I get it. I get it. It was an eye-opener, though. What would have passed our test didn't pass his test. Right. So I think I've got my markings on this butterfly. Yeah, there's one little bit missing there. How are you doing? That's good. That's good. It's good. It's good. Good. Got the body. I'll worry about the body afterwards. Right, there we are. So I've got that one done. Because the outside one, that was fine. We don't have to repeat that. We've already got that. Right, so that's that one. Should we do the pink one as well? Have you done the pink one? The wash on the pink one. Right, ready? Got the shadow, the shape. Excuse me. Then we've got the wash, and now we're going to put the veins in, because this is what gives you something to colour in, doesn't it? Otherwise you just got a big blob. Okay, let's do this one too, shall we? Put that one somewhere where you'll find it again, Craig. Okay, let's check if I've got any lead on that side. I'm not sure. Let's see if I've got more on that side. Let's have a look. I'm going to go do this one first. I think so. See, wherever I've got one side, I've got to... Let's have a look. That one there and that one there. See my registration marks? Let's just see if that's in the right place first. Just check. Perfect. Right, Barbara, get that in place. Oh, hello. Let's just make sure that because it's quite a large one, this one. Let's just do that as well to see if it sits on the shape there. I mean, it always changes. It's only pencil. Just a tiny bit out. Shuffle it over a bit. Now, let's see if that's on par now. Good enough. Sorted. My masking tape's not going to hold it in place long enough though for me to complete it. It's quite a large piece. That'll do. Wunderbar. Right, you ready? Okay. Butterflies. Let's have a look. Sharpen it up a bit. You know, we said, didn't we, that we were going to travel gently through these next few weeks and months. And so butterflies, as soon as you start doing this, it does. It's just a delicate thing to do, isn't it? Delicate. Gossamer wings. Gossamer wings. Beautiful. There we are. So we'll just put these markings in. I reckon this will be lovely. Yeah. Got all quiet now. You too? Let's have a look. Hold that in place while we have a little peep. Make sure that it's right. Good enough. There we go. Right, let's turn it round a little bit so I can get over it with my head. Right. Beautiful. This is a bit wobbly, but you know, it just gives us something to work colour into, doesn't it? That's all. Have a look. It's good enough, hey? That'll work. Right, so we've got that one. And then we've got to flip it over and do that one on the other side. So let's have a look from the top. Actually, let's have a sip of tea. Let's have a sip of tea, hey? Do you know I went to bed at 8:30 last night? I could not keep my eyes open. I thought, why fight it? Why fight it? We'd already watched an hour of this bloke with his registration marks on. So I said, I'm going to bed, Dave. You can continue your course of study and I'll see you in the morning. Right, let's turn it round. Easy does it. There you go. Get them out of the way. And now we're going to have a look. Yeah, all right. So now we'll go again. So you can use the registration marks. Let's just check before I secure it. That's my mark there. Good enough. And let me check this one, because this is the one that on the bottom. Miles out, see? Miles out grey. The top's on. Okay, let's get that in place. And then I've got to think, what am I doing here then? Right, so if I see if that's better. No, miles out. Isn't that funny? That's better. Right, that's in place now. Thing is though, right, it'll be fine, I reckon, because we're not going right up to the edge, see? It's only this bit. We'll sort that out afterwards. Just don't press so hard, Barbara. Don't press so hard. Right, so I won't go that close. Right, that's it. I can always add that in afterwards. So stay away from the edge just in case you're a little bit out. That's it. That's a good transfer trick, really. You could use a light wave, couldn't you? That would certainly be easier. But I'm just assuming that a lot of people who are joining in here don't have a light wave. If you did, easy. No. Now, just turn it round a little bit. And then add these bits. And then we're ready to start adding colour again, aren't we? Hope this fits anyway. Nice, nice, nice. So, yeah. I'm enjoying this immensely. This particular SHAC Shack session. I really am. Have a look. Wunderbar. That's it. So this, you see, the thing about this is it's a super template. So you should put it in a folder, put it in a protective sleeve, and then you've got it. And because you only need one side, and you see, you just do the graphite transfer trick. But it's ideal. And there's the third one there, which is going to be our challenge, isn't it? Do the third one on our own. So let's have a look now at our two butterflies, shall we? There we go. So we've got a body there as well. Let's just add a little body, and I've put the antennae in like that. Put the body in. Now the body's got 3 parts, so I suppose we ought to respect the head and the... Oh, that one's got... Yeah, that will do. His antennae are over on one side. Actually, do you know what I was going to say about that as well, right? If you go back to this butterfly here, if you were to ignore that side there, just ignore that bit, and you made the body a little more, instead of, look, even this one, forget the antennae there, doesn't that look like, you know, when they're on their side? Look, I could take this butterfly now and I could add the, you know, when they close up, you could add this there, look, watch, so easy, right, like that, and then lose the angle of those, like that, and you've got a butterfly on the side. Same here, just the body needs to change like a bit more like a curve, so it'd be more like that on there. Get it? Like a caterpillar almost, like that. Because its legs would be here, wouldn't it? See? Do you get it? It's easy, isn't it? So then instead of having an open butterfly, you've got a butterfly on the side, which is often the case, isn't it? They close up, don't they? So you just have to just take this and go up like that, and then just reflect that curve. See? Then you've got the closed up butterfly as well. Just saying. That might be nice on that one, eh? This one looks like Dr. Zeus. Okay. So, well worth hanging on to, don't you agree? Yeah, I think so too. Right, so we got that. Check. And now we're going to start the colour. Right. Okay. I'm going to go with the blue one first. And we'll go to what we're going to use. So, I think I'll start with my... This is a bit grungy, a bit filthy. So, whilst I would continue with this, let's all start on the same sheet of music. Bit of water. And we'll just clean this off. And because I'm using aqua pencils, you see. There you go. This is a mix mat. For those of you who are new to the SHAC Shack, this is just it's a piece of plastic, and it's got a bit of purchase on it. And what that does is, you see, when we use our pencils, instead of using like our water brushes and then just going straight on, to get that lovely gossamer translucency like this, right, let's go in close and have a look. to get this kind of, these are both just works in progress, I haven't finished yet. But you can see, for example, to get that lightness, that real wash, you'd never be able to do that if you went straight in with this really, look, it's a real bright, it's never going to happen. So what we do is, we think in washes, think in stains, and we're just going to take a bit of the pigment from the pencil. It protects the pencil as well. You've heard me say this many times if you're one of the shackers. If you take a water brush like this and you add water like that, this is a large one, see? If you do that, you might get a really good, look, I'll do it just because, let me squeeze a bit of water out of here for a minute. Right. See, I can go like that, and then when I do that, I get a really bright cyan, right? We'll get nice flecks. That's worth knowing. I might have to look into that. But the point I'm making is that if you do that over a period of time, this will get soft. The shaft, the pigment will get soft, and then it starts to crumble. So that's no good. So I can do exactly the same thing by just releasing a bit of the pigment there, squeezing a bit of water onto it, look, see? And then I get a lovely wash. And that is about it. And then that then transfers, see, and I can get a lovely wash. If I want it a bit darker, I just make it more concentrated and more pigment, the darker it'll go, right? So this is a bit of copy paper. What I've got going on underneath here is the same card, it's stencil card. It's what we use, isn't it? The stencil card. I'm using the same card here as the butterflies are on. So that way, I just think that it's always a good idea to test on the same surface that you're working on. Otherwise you can't judge it. Yeah, it might look brilliant on copy paper, and then you go to the stencil card and it's like, oh, it didn't look like that, or didn't look like that when I checked it. So it's always a good idea to use the same surface. Makes sense? Makes sense, you know it does. Right, so I'm going to do that, and I've got this here, and then I've also got, where's that piece of roll? I've got this old roll, there it is. It's just a bit of, all I did was take a bit of, you know, like when this ran out, and I put a bit of glue runner along there. Oh, Barbara, this thing, right? So I just ran along this with the glue runner, like that, stuck a sheet to it, curl it round, and that's my blotter. And then when this gets gross, like really unrecognisable, then I'll take another one off me. Look, this is way too big to use, see? So I just take one roll of that, wrap it round the toilet roll or whatever, yeah? And then you can squish it, and then it's easy. Works well. Works well. So there you go, see, and then I can just, if it's too wet, I can try it, blot it a bit on there first, see? So you don't waterlog your artwork. That's the key here, isn't it? You can always add it, but you don't want to waterlog it. So let's go to the blue one. So we're going to be working on the blue one. I've got my scrap bit there, and then I've got my wash, my wash, and I've got my. See, this is where it gets good, because you've got these water brushes, but they've got different. See the different heights, and they've also got. They're all pointed, they're lovely and pointed, which is why they're so good. And the other thing is, you very rarely, I have to say, I very rarely get stray, you know, like on paintbrushes, you know what I mean, often they stray away, don't they? And you get this sort of, like my hair, it's got this bristle going in the wrong direction. These tend to really stay together. So, and you can see the 3 different sizes. They're well worth investing in. I think these are great. And I've got one, let me see, I've got one really thin one there. Got a pink one and so if I want, like, this is very, very light wash. So let's just see, if I take that blue, see it's quite wet, see? Way too wet. So I'm going to go in there and just dab a bit off, and then I can move it around a bit more. There you go. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to use a wash. It's almost like a stain. If you think of it as staining the card. I'm not using watercolor, I'm using stencil card. I find it very forgiving. There you go. See, so you just get your colour in, and we've already done a wash. And then if I wanted to, I could add a little bit of depth in that, see, in the tucks. There you go. So to get some layers going, right, just add a little stain in there. It's quite watery, it's not too dark. There you go. So you get your colour in there. See, if you wanted to, you could go a bit closer to where the colour is, see, and it gets darker. But we could do that afterwards. Let's just get our washes in first. See, you don't want to go too dark because it's supposed to be gossamer. Should we write gossamer at the top? All right, there you go. So you're just going to add, just move this over, because I'm left-handed, this is in the wrong place for me. It's all right, you can move your artwork around. There you go. So just going to add a little wash, see, and then I can come over the top and break that down, but always move in the darker colour. There we are. You see this okay? It's ever so nice to do this. And what you've got to know, right, what you really have to know is that there are no experts here. This is just play. It's just experimenting. It's not, I don't have a degree in art, but I can figure out how to make it lighter or darker or dilute it, you know. Don't forget, I'm the bus driver. I'm an hour ahead of you. See? So just take a little bit of that. And then you can, so you want it to be darker in there, just pick up a little bit with your pen, with your water brush, and just drop it in like that. Look, see? That's nice. I wonder if you could drop it in there if it's, no, see, if it's not wet, you get a dot. So the trick, let me show you this. If you make a little, a water V in there, call it a water V in that pleat, in that bit there. Then if you add a little bit of depth, right? When you add the, yeah, see, that's the point here. You have to make, I'll tell you what we're going to do. You get a second one of these, a clear one, all right? And this one's going to be the one, we're going to use this for two things. The clear one, we'll use it to make out, let's call them V's, like water V. You get where I'm coming from here? It's just a V, isn't it? So you make your water V with that one. Then you use your larger blue one to drop the, see how when you drop it in, it just sits exactly where you've put the water. And then you can take your water V one again and you can shuffle it around. See, because it's clean. And if I wanted to, I could drag that right down like that. Look really fine. Isn't that nice? Yeah. There you go. Pretty. Pretty. So the clear one, if you, I mean, I quite like it when it has those sort of stainy looks, but if you don't want them, then use the one that you're reserving for adding what's called in watercolor painting. This is called a glaze, right? So what I'm doing is I'm laying down what they call a glaze, and what that means is it's just clear water, and it helps the pigment then, or the watercolor, flow better. That's all. I think that's about right. But like I say, I'm no expert. I just watch carefully when other people do it. You know. There, isn't this pretty? And you see, I just pick up the off the mix mat. So it's not like you've got to get loads of stuff to do this, really. Let's see. See how we're building up that nice, just on one side of the butterfly. Oh, look. Right, so I'm going to use on the lower half. See, in the pencils, the pencil lines are there. We'll just use them. Right, we'll use them. Why wouldn't you? Right? I've got a lot more control over a pencil than I have a paintbrush all day long, haven't you? I think that's why I'm what I'd call an illustrator rather than a painter. Definitely. I can draw, but I can't paint very well. No, I'm learning though. I'm learning. But when I put a pencil in my hand, I've got complete control over it. And do you know what? I think that's why I like these paintbrushes, because, yeah, because it's holding a pen. Precisely, Barbara. I bet that's why I'm so comfortable with him, see? Isn't it? They are. They're just like brush pens. And that's why I think I like them so much. There, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, see? So you've got to let that dry now. You keep fiddling with it. I mean, you can fiddle a long time with this, to be fair. I'll tell you what we're going to do while we're here. Right, I'm just going to, see that side there? I'm coming down that edge there, just to give that edge a little bit of a glaze. Right, then I'll go in with my wash, like that. Like a bit, see. And then see if I can just push a little bit of colour into that. That's quite nice, isn't it? See? So you're pushing it into that area, and it looks, I mean, we might go in with grey in a minute, but for the moment, let's just play it safe, eh? Do you like this? I love it. What's the time? Is it already? I'm busy this week. I've got, got Pergamano shows tomorrow. I'm doing both of them. Ooh la la, knickers and bra. But they're really beautiful plates. Linda designed them, Linda Williams. They're so, so lovely. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm doing that on my own. Paul, I thought it'd be a bit weird for Paul to be doing knickers and bras. So I'm going to do it. They're exquisite designs. Exquisite designs. So I'm looking forward to that. That's at 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock. I'll show you a piece of artwork that Linda did for me. There, so that's one side, and then we're going to do the other side, right? Let's put that to one side for a minute, and let me put that to one side because I'm going to show you a precious piece of artwork. This is how the knickers and bras that are coming up tomorrow in the Pergamano show. I've got it here because it sits in the bedroom where all your artwork is under the bed. You know, this is so beautiful. Right, you ready? Ooh la la! Look at that. See? So Linda, Pergamano tutor extraordinaire, years ago, she gave me this as a present. Isn't that just beautiful? Framed, right? Ooh la la. I mean, the detail just on the, let me just go up close. Let me just show you just on the, look at that. It's exquisite. Yeah? Isn't it? Crazy good. Crazy, crazy good. Look at the background. All right, just for a minute, check out the background. Look at the dots. And you know that's just insanely detailed, isn't it? But what a beautiful present, okay? And I remember it well when she gave it to me. It was at Crowborough Rugby Club when we had an open day, and she presented me with this. Linda always, when she gives you a gift, it's always immaculately wrapped and all tone in tone. And, you know, to know Linda is to understand that that is the way it is. And so she gave me this, and both of us said they'd make amazing groovy plates. And so she went away and she came up with these phenomenal groovy plates, which I'm going to be showcasing tomorrow at 11 o'clock and 3 o'clock. And the bras and knickers, let me just show, I'll just show you one set of bra knickers. So it's all over the place here. Look. Look at this. See, I love polka dots, don't you? Polka dot bikinis. Look at this. I'm going to So I've been getting to grips with all this loveliness. Look at that one. Look, we've got these little handles. My brother's making these. Look, the handles for hanging it on. But what a gorgeous look. Hey? That's something else, isn't it? So what we've done now, because we've evolved, and we're making the card blanks now. So you get the card blank to wrap it around, which is a piece of cake. And and we've also got a card blank for the handbag as well. So the knicker plate, I said, well, I don't know if I'd be that impressed if somebody sent me a knicker card. Look, happy birthday, Barbara. You'd have to wonder, wouldn't you? I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense if you're doing, you know, like that for a young girl. I mean, you know, or even an old girl, you know, beautiful. But knickers on their own, you think, really? You can't help the thoughts that come into your head, can you? It's like, well, you trying to tell me something? But I said, look what Gail Sydenham came up with years ago. She turned the knickers, which is exactly the same, look, yeah. She turned the knickers into a handbag. Look, check that out, see? Don't want to send a knicker card? Send a handbag card. Yeah, so it's made with exactly the same plate, and what we're doing is we're giving you the card blanks, which is, oh, it's a game changer. It just makes it really easy to just wrap, yeah. But these are beautiful, beautiful plates, and when you look at them, there's so much detail on them. It's crazy good, crazy good. So, I mean, I don't know how much I'll be able to show you in 2 hours, but I will give it my level best. So that's tomorrow. And then on Friday at 3 o'clock, I mean, you and I are hanging out together again in the morning, aren't we? But then at 3 o'clock, we've got our moment of clarity with our reflection stuff, which is going to be really cool, really cool. Because when I went to Dee's on Monday, she gave me some artwork for just that occasion, and it is absolutely ridiculous. There's that one. I know, Barbara. Look at this. I've got to show you. Look at that. This is like serious, okay? You know, we're talking about these reflection, the masks with the reflections. So what Dee's done is she's put a lake in, she's got the castle in, she's got the children in, she's got the deer with the... This is what blew my head. Look at this. Look at the ducks. I can't believe it. Look. I didn't even notice the ducks. Yep. So, on Friday, this is what... We won't be doing this. We'll be doing bits of this. Because obviously, I was showing you that one, wasn't I? That was the one that I was working on. Showing you different levels and the reflections and the hills and the moons and the deer. And then that's on designer paper. That's on designer paper. So the prototypes, I'm still working with the prototypes. Paul, if you're listening, I need a pack. Well, mind you, I've got these, but I ought to probably have a pack of the, see? So you've got all these different ones. You've got the mountains, then you've got the reflection, and then you've got, these are the ones that just are stunning. Look, so you've got all the birds and the people. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I've got to ask Dee where she's found the ducks. Where'd you find the ducks, Dee? Hey, I'm going to have to find out now. Oh, here it is. See? Die Ente. Alle meine Enten schwimmen auf dem See. There we are. So that little duck there, right? Oh, of course. Oh, she's better than clever. Look at this. So that little duck in that set, right? If you use the reflection upstairs, then it's swimming in the other direction. Oh, Dee, you are so clever. Do you see what I mean? So you got the duck reflection, duck that way. Then you use the reflection one, which is the other one. Duck going the other way. I've just had an aha moment. Isn't that beautiful, though? So that's what we're going to do on Friday. If you haven't got your... I tell you what we'll do as well. Because we've sent out lots, let's just call it lots and lots of these masks, so you could craft along with me at 3 o'clock. If you haven't got them at 3 o'clock, don't worry, we'll record it anyway. And then next week, I'm looking at my calendar, and then next week we'll go again. We'll have another hour, don't lose your butterfly, Barbara. We'll have another hour craft along a Barbie. We'll do it together again, and we'll just try them out, you know, because we've got the new ones. Look, listen, while I'm here, where are the, oh yeah, okay. So on the show as well, we've got those ones, look, the castle and the town. Look, I found another bit of artwork. I went a digging for one of mine, right? So we can do that. That's a combo job, isn't it? Look, see? So this one here, for example, this is quite nice. So this is, I'm going to show you how to do these things, how to get the bunting in the right place, how to put the castle in the background. See, this is a different set. This is the landscape masks. So you've got hills and moons and all sorts. I like that one a lot. This is nice. It's just lovely stuff, isn't it? It's just lovely stuff. And then the children one, like going back to the one that Dee did, this one here, that one, that's in there, look. See the kiddies? Happy. So, and then I've got them, here we go, look, there they are again, with a lovely background, and they're lovely. Big moons, verses, and then we've got where's that one? So the deer, they're very clever too. I'm going to show you how to use these, because the deer, they come separate to the, see how they're separated? But we'll do a project with them as well. So that's why we're going to have to hang out together for 2 hours. Look, see, that's one that Dee did. See, look, she's put the on the waterfall. That's the Waimea Falls paper. Because I always look at this and I think, what are you going to do with that actually? Right? How can you use it? And what Dee's done, look, she's put the deer at the bottom. Superb, isn't it? Oh, I know. Talent, that is. Talent. But, well, hey, I nearly knocked the tea over. Talent. But what we'll do is, Friday at 3 o'clock, we will get to grips with this stuff. And next week, we will get to grips with it again. We'll have 2 sessions on this. So that way, because we got caught with our pants down, we didn't realise just how popular these were going to be. In fact, that popular, we're getting a new machine. Dave said, well, how would you feel about getting another one at Mimaki's? I said, okay, yeah, I think that's a necessary thing to do. Right, so, yeah, if you want them, get them, because we'll be going again next week. And you know what? Facebook Live, why not? You know, could have a little session, couldn't we? Masks. Try that one, then that one. Don't you reckon? Yeah, we'll see. But definitely Friday at 3 o'clock, and definitely the week after. Once I'm happy that I know that everybody's got their set, then we'll go again, all right? And maybe ramp it up a little bit. Keep it simple on Friday, then ramp it up a little bit. Come on, let's do these butterflies. What do you think? Let's have a look. We'll do the other side now. So are you still using the same blue, right? Is that dry now? Yeah. Well, okay, so what we could do, instead of doing the same on the other side, we could now, see, now no, Barbara, no rushing. See, you know what I nearly said? Well, let's just do that side and forget about the other side. But the trouble is, it's difficult. Once you start moshing up the different colours, it's not so easy to get the same depth of colour, you know. I bet an expert would say, well, you should have done that at the same time as you did that. But there you go, I'm no expert. So now what we're going to do is add a little bit of the, there we go. Let's get some of that blue, push that into that. Yeah? Is my head in the way, or are we okay? And we're going to add a little bit of the blue in there. See? But I do need that one, you know, just to tone it down. Because now what I'm doing is I'm looking at the other one. See, I've got to look at this one at the same time as I'm looking at that one. There. Right, so the outside, I think I'll make a little wash. I'm going to use my clean one. I think I'll do it this way around this time. See if I can just get a bit of a glaze in first. That will help it move, won't it, into this area. Is that okay? Got lots going on here. Lots going on at Clarity. We're trying to slow it down, but it doesn't seem to be working that well, does it, Paul? Slow it down. Good grief. Right, let's add a bit of that blue in there. A bit wet. Yeah, here we go again. A bit of that. Yeah, this is going to be so nice. I think it's easy, isn't it? I think what you have to remember is that all this is a bit of paper as well, a bit of card. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing terminal. I mean, when I do my pottery, and I don't often have to throw, you know, throw stuff away. You know, it doesn't happen too often for me, but in the beginning it did. God, recycling is my middle name. Every time, just trying to cheer myself up as I bin the next one. It was like, oh well, I'm all up for recycling. Yeah, no, waste not, want not. Did you watch the throwdown on Sunday? I was so excited that Jodie, the Welsh girl, won. I was so chuffed for her, the nurse. You know, I'll be honest, I thought they were all excellent. I think any one of those three finalists, most of those people could have, on the right day. I thought the older lady from the West Country was fantastic as well. I thought Peter was brilliant. I thought Adam was fantastic. But when Jodie won, I was jumping around the living room. I was so excited for her, you know. I just was so excited for her. I thought, yeah. Brilliant she was. See, so now we're going to put our V's in again. I think I'm going to put my little water V's in, my clean V's. What do you think? Here we go. Put a bit of a V in. I'll do 3 at a time. Right. Because where you put that glaze in, where you add that water, this will... Let's get a bit of blue going. It's a bit insipid, this, isn't it? Oh, a bit too much grey. That's all right, though. See, because it sits exactly where you drop it, doesn't it? There it is. Nice. Yeah, all good. Okay. Get some blue down there. Bit of depth. Nice. Get that V back in that one. Just helps it spread a bit better. But I think what I was trying to say is, in my own clumsy way, that this is just a piece of card and a little bit of watercolor and it's not a massive investment. You haven't spent thousands on a kiln and on a wheel, and it's just a bit of paper. And the whole idea of this is to give you joy, there's nothing like figuring something out and going, you know what, I did this, I made this, I drew this. There. It's it really is something else. I was chuffed when I went down to Dee's and she opened her gift. of pottery. She was so delighted. She was so chuffed with it. You know. She said, "Did you make this?" I said, "Well, of course I did." That's the thing about when you start doing pottery, it really screws up your... I used to love buying ceramics, you know. I was always in the ceramics section of a shop, in a gift shop. That was always what I was drawn towards, clearly, you know. That makes sense, doesn't it? And but once you start making your own pots, and you can't in good conscience buy anymore, yeah, because every time you go you think, I could make this. I can make this. I can make this. So you can't. It's like card makers. You think, well, you shouldn't be buying cards, should you? It's sacrilegious. You should be making your cards, people. And it's the same when you do pottery. It's like, well, that's it. I'll never be able to buy a card again. But I do. I do. I love other people's art as well, of course. There, doesn't this look good, see? Yeah. So I tell you what we'll do on, so that this doesn't, because we could be doing this for weeks. Do you know that? I'm cool with that as well, but I know that somebody's going to get, you're going to get bored if we just do butterflies for the next 2 months. So what we'll do is, well, I'm liking this, aren't you? What we're going to do is, when we get together on Friday, add a couple of layers of blue so you're happy with the blue, right? And do the pink one. And then on Friday, what we'll do is, we'll get together and we'll add the grey scale. We'll add the depth, the shadow. We'll use the black. We'll go into black. But there are 50 shades of grey. There are hundreds of shades of grey. And we'll go in to the grey scale, and that really plucks out that gossamer feel, you know. We'll do that. And maybe we'll even do a little bit of speckle. So let me show you. I know you do love the stippling. Come on. I know you do. Let me go up really close. Let it just... See that? Can I go in even tighter than that? A speckled butterfly. Look. Nice, huh? So that'll be nice to do. Let's do that. Okay. So your homework between now and Friday, if you get a chance, exactly what we've just done with the blue, do that with the pink, right? The pink, or whatever colour you're making your butterfly. I used A9 in the background on the pink, so if you did, use the same colour, use your brushes, and do exactly what I've done on the blue. Do it on the pink now, to that level. And then on Friday, when we get together, what we'll do is we'll start adding the grey, and it's the grey that adds it's the finishing touches. This is where you start to see the layers and the veins and the patterns and the markings. So let's finish it on Friday. Shall we do that? Yeah? I think that would be lovely. And if there's anything you need, ask Paul. He will be able to help you. And other than that, I would say we just relax. We take it one day at a time. That's all we've got to do. Your job today, and my job too, is to have the best possible day that we can have given what we've got to work with. That's it. All we've got to worry about is today. And then tomorrow, we'll deal with tomorrow. And we'll take it one day at a time. All right? That's how I'm going to handle it. And if something comes along and it really upsets you, or somebody comes along, people, places and things, we can't control them. If somebody comes along, gets on your pip or gets under your skin or rattles your cage, it's never too late to start your day again. Have a cup of tea, draw a deep breath, and then say, I'm going to start my day again. I had to this morning, you know, and I'm having a lovely time now. Don't take that jarring, whatever it is that riles you or niggles you, and then lay it out. Oh, that's it, the whole day's wrecked. That was a split second. So park it, start again, and start your day again. One day at a time. Okay? Lots of love. Take it easy. I'll see you tomorrow in the Pergamano show, I hope. And if not, I'll see you at 10 o'clock on Friday with our papillons, butterflies, schmetterlings. All right? Lots of love. Bye-bye now.